U Briselu je protekle sedmice održan sastanak ministara inostranih poslova zemalja članica NATO. Tamo je bila i naša ekipa sa zamjenikom generalnog sekretara Alijanse Radmilom Šekerinskom. O aktuelnim temama razgovarao je kolega Aleksandar Crkvenjaš.
Poštovani gledalci, u narednim minutama razgovaramo sa zamjenikom generalnog sekretara NATO-a, gospođom Radmilom Šekerinskom. Hvala vam na izdvojenom vremenu za Radio-televiziju Republike Srpske. We'll do it in English. I will ask you a first question. Today it was the finish day of the two-day meeting of the foreign ministers of NATO. How do you see the meeting, the topics and everything?
Well, as the Secretary General reported in his finishing press conference after the ministerial, it was a very successful gathering of foreign ministers of all NATO allies. And I think that the message was heard loud and clear, that NATO's commitment to protect all allies is ironclad, that there is a very clear commitment on behalf of all allies, and that we are aware of the fact that in order to safeguard our stability, our security, in order to safeguard our values and our citizens, we will spend more, and our capabilities and our defense strength will be much higher for all challengers and for all threats that we might experience in the future. So there was a very clear sense of purpose as we head towards the NATO summit that will take place end of June.
It seems that the focus was on increasing spending on financial topics.
Well, these things cost money, but of course the focus was not only on dedicating higher amounts of money, practically matching the pledge that we have made many years ago, but the focus is very much in the new capabilities that we have to ensure in order for our deterrence and defense to be strong, clear and very visible. So it's not a discussion on money, it's also a discussion on defense industry. How do we make our defense industries more productive? How do we make them more integrated? How do we make sure that they produce the necessary quantities and as well as the necessary quality? And how do we make sure that we are prepared for the right deterrence and defense?
How do you see the situation on the Western Balkans? The Western Balkans wasn't on the agenda, but many ministers in their statements, they said that there will be talks about the Western Balkans, at least on the margins of the meetings. You come from Macedonia, it's the part of the region, so you probably know the developments there. How do you see it?
Actually, the issue of the Western Balkans was also discussed during some of the sessions, and the ministers that have referred to this issue in the press have also raised awareness about the developments in the Western Balkan. But the message was also a very uniting one, basically confirming that NATO has been committed to the region and that he continues to see this region as one of strategic importance to the alliance. This is why we remain very, very strongly connected to the developments in the region. We follow the developments. We have noted with some concern recent events, but that, as I say, we will remain there and we will not allow for any kind of security vacuums in the region.
Regarding the cooperation between NATO and Bosnia and Herzegovina, Republika Srpska, which is one of two entities of Bosnia and Herzegovina, has a very clear position about NATO, and that is a no to a membership. But how do you see a cooperation?
We have a rather long let's say, history of partnership with Bosnia and Herzegovina. If I'm not mistaken, it started back in 2006 with Bosnia and Herzegovina joining Partnership for Peace. And in these last many years, practically we have worked very hard on a number of issues. And this I think, was beneficial for NATO, but it was very much beneficial for Bosnia and Herzegovina. And the focus was stability, security of the country, that also affects regional stability. I think just 2 years ago, Bosnia and Herzegovina managed to go through a certification process of a battalion group through and according to NATO standards. And this was actually the biggest exercise of this kind that we have supported within Partnership for Peace. But we are very much involved in a number of projects supporting really very beneficial issues for the citizens of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Things like military education, crisis management, air evacuation. We have supported projects for safe storage of small arms. So all these things fall under the umbrella of our support program to Bosnia and Herzegovina. And we believe that they bring significant benefit to the country.
Because we don't have so much time, I'm going to ask you at the end about your personal message to our viewers here from Brussels, from NATO.
Well, personal messages are not the most appropriate line of communication, but as someone coming from the region and remembering the difficult years, the difficult decades, the conflicts, the casualties, the suffering. When we send a message that NATO will not allow for a security vacuum in the region, I know that it strikes a chord with citizens. And I know that this is a message that the citizens of the whole region, especially citizens in Bosnia and Herzegovina, understand and appreciate. We are there. We are in K4. We support under Berlin Plus EU4 Althea. And the idea is to really support Dayton Peace Agreement, but also to support the territorial integrity, the sovereignty, the security of Bosnia and Herzegovina. And we believe that at the end of the day, these kinds of security support arrangements provided by the EU, but also supported by K4, are necessary and they're helpful. But at the end of the day, it is the decisions of elected leaders that have to move the country forward. So this was the message that the Secretary General sent when he visited Sarajevo. And I think that this is a very important message because if there is an interest for security, stability, for the well-being of the citizens, it is a message that first needs to be heard from the national leaders, the decision makers. And we are there to support this. We are there to support the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Bosnia and Herzegovina, but we are there to support the security of the whole region.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Poštovani gledalci, bio je to razgovor sa zamjenikom generalnog sekretara NATO-a, gospođom Radmilom Šekerinskom. Hvala za pažnju i do gledanja.